Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me on today's episode. Today, we are going to be starting a video series on vehicle maintenance. I have to do some maintenance on my trucks, and I thought I would bring you guys along with me, show you what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. So, it's time for us to go ahead, roll up our sleeves, and get our hands dirty. I'm going to include some links over here that you can go ahead and click on at any time to start the videos. For those of you who are mobile users, you're not going to see anything over here. So I'm going to put the links down in the description down below. Go ahead and click on one of those, and we'll get started right away. Did you click on it? Alright, well if you're not going to click on it, then I'm going to go ahead and start. Stay with me, guys. I'll show you what I'm up to. Maintenance is key to preventing mechanical breakdowns. Being able to take care of minor mechanical things on your own is going to save you a lot of money. So part of being self-reliant and self-sufficient is being able to take care of the small mechanical problems and repairs on your own. As a preventative precaution, today we are going to be checking the oil, the transmission fluid, and the other fluids in the vehicle just to make sure they're where they're supposed to be so it doesn't prematurely wear out parts. The dipstick for the engine oil is generally facing forward so it's readily accessible and able to be seen from the front of the vehicle. When you look into my truck, it's here on the left-hand side, which is the passenger side, and it's bright yellow. Let me show you. So my engine oil dipstick is right down in here. You're going to want to locate the dipstick that's labeled engine oil, motor oil, something of that nature. It's usually yellow or orange, and it's usually facing forward with a label on the front side so you can see it standing in front of your vehicle. First things first, we're going to want to pull this dipstick out and clean it off, and then reinsert it so we can get an accurate level of where the engine oil's at. When I clean it off, I'm going to be using a clean piece of toilet tissue, just simply because it's cheap and disposable, and it's able to be seen any contaminants on the oil against the white of this clean piece of toilet paper. I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. Well, as you can see from on this tissue, this engine oil is definitely ready to be replaced. It's only got 3,000 miles on it, but it's looking pretty dirty, so I'm going to plan on taking care of this on another episode, showing you guys how to change the engine oil. But for today, we're just going to check it, make sure the height's okay, so it's a safe running level for the engine oil. You can see on this dipstick, that hashed mark area that says safe. That's the area that the engine oil needs to be in order to be at a safe level for the engine to operate properly. Let's go ahead and put this back in and see where the engine oil's at on there. Now that we've cleaned the dipstick off, we're going to go ahead and reinsert this into that tube that it came out of. You're going to now reinsert the dipstick fully and then pull it back out to check the level. Now another point you want to take note of, when you're checking your engine oil, you want to check it and clean the dipstick with a clean, unused rag, because you don't want to add contaminants into your engine oil. So it appears we are in the middle of that safe area. Another point to note is that you can smell the engine oil on here to smell if it's been burning. This smells pretty clean, but it has contaminants in it, so it's going to need to be replaced really soon. Another thing you can do is take your dipstick and hold it up in the air and see how the oil runs down the dipstick. If it runs down real quick, the viscosity is very low on this. If it stays up there where it's supposed to be, the viscosity is high. Viscosity is the thickness of the engine oil. Now, the importance of the thickness of the engine oil is how much it sticks to the inside of the engine and how much protection it offers the engine from wear and tear of the rubbing cylinders and pistons and rods and everything else moving up and down inside the engine. It's important, so you want to make sure you have a thick enough viscosity. Check your owner's manual to see what your owner's manual for your specific vehicle tells you that you should be using. I'm going to reinsert the dipstick and then check the transmission fluid. On the right is the engine oil, on the left is the transmission dipstick. Let's go ahead and get that pulled. We're going to do this the same way that we did the engine oil. We're going to go ahead, clean the dipstick off. It doesn't matter what's on there right now, because we're just checking the height. And as you can see on this dipstick, there's the little dots that tell you where you're supposed to be and where the safe zone is. Okay, let's see where we're at with the transmission fluid. We are right in the middle of where it's supposed to be. Now it's got a good color. Let's see how it looks on the tissue. I don't see any metal flake or any contaminants in the transmission fluid, so I'd say we're pretty good to go. I'm going to go ahead, put that back in, and moving on, we are going to check the engine coolant, or the antifreeze level. Now in the front of your vehicle is the radiator. That's your radiator right there. You're going to have a radiator cap, which is right there. And you're going to have a radiator reservoir right there. Engine coolant only. Okay, now for me with my vehicle, it's pretty easy to tell if I'm full or not. Because it's a transparent jug, and I have a full line, and an add line. And I am right down to the add line, so I'm going to need to add some engine coolant to my vehicle. Next up is the brake fluid. This is your brake fluid reservoir. As you can see, there's a sign that says maximum amount and a sign that says minimum amount. This is the range in which you're able to have your brake fluid. Because this is semi-transparent, you can see the level of the brake fluid through the side of the jug. This is my level right here, and it's just a little bit below the maximum. So I have plenty of brake fluid in this vehicle, and that's good to go. Alright guys, that's it. If you want to keep your engines and your equipment running in premium operating condition and keep your repairs low, then you're going to want to check your maintenance manuals and see when you're supposed to do maintenance as per the manual. Doing a little preventative maintenance can save you a lot in the long run. Speaking of saving a lot in the long run, join me on my next episode. I'm going to show you how to change the engine oil in this vehicle right here. You stand to save a little bit of money and you get a little bit of know-how. So I'll see you soon on my next episode. Until then, bye-bye.